Tonight, we are going somewhere ancient, somewhere so old that the civilization which built it rose and fell while most of the world was still learning to farm. We are going to Egypt, and we are going to stand together at the foot of something that no one, not even the people who built it, fully understood. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built roughly 4,500 years ago, standing 146 meters tall when it was completed. For nearly 4,000 years, it was the tallest structure on Earth, and we still do not know with certainty exactly how it was built. That is the mystery we are going to sit with tonight. The ancient Egyptians were not a primitive people stumbling through history. They were one of the most sophisticated civilizations the ancient world had ever produced. They had writing, mathematics, medicine, a complex legal system, an understanding of astronomy that let them track the movements of stars across centuries. Around 2560 BCE, a pharaoh named Khufu decided to build something that had never existed before. Not just a tomb, but a statement, a declaration in stone that he was divine, that he would endure. He commanded the construction of the Great Pyramid, and to achieve it, he set in motion one of the largest organized labor efforts in human history. Here is where the story becomes genuinely difficult to explain. The Great Pyramid contains approximately 2.3 million stone blocks, each one weighing between 2.5 and 15 tons. The base covers 53,000 square meters, large enough to fit 10 football fields inside, and the four sides are aligned to true north, south, east, and west, with an accuracy of less than 0.05 degrees of error. In 1983, a researcher named Bauval noticed something remarkable while camping in the desert. He looked up at the constellation Orion, and then looked at a map of the three Giza pyramids. The three pyramids mirror the three stars of Orion's belt, including the slight offset of the smallest pyramid, which matches the slight offset of the dimmest belt star. The match is precise. Inside the pyramid, running from the king's chamber, are two narrow shafts, only about 20 centimeters wide, angled precisely through hundreds of meters of solid stone. In the 1990s, researchers discovered that around 2500 BCE, these shafts pointed directly toward specific stars, the southern shaft toward Orion's belt, the northern shaft toward the star Thuban, the pole star of that era. In 1968, Swiss author Erich von Däniken published a book that would sell millions of copies and divide opinion like few books before it. He looked at the pyramids, at the engineering precision, the astronomical alignment and the scale, and asked a simple question. Could ancient humans have done this alone? His answer was no. He proposed that advanced beings from beyond Earth had helped, or directed, the construction. Most Egyptologists are unconvinced, and their evidence is substantial. We have found the workers' villages, entire communities near Giza, with bakeries, breweries, and medical facilities. We have found administrative papyri listing work gangs by name, recording who delivered how many blocks, when, and from which quarry. The builders were not slaves. They were skilled, organized, fed, and respected. But not every question has been answered. In the 1990s, a geologist named Robert Schoch examined the Sphinx and noticed something troubling. The erosion pattern on the Sphinx enclosure was not caused by wind and sand. It was caused by heavy rainfall, and the last time it rained heavily in the Giza region was around 7,000 to 10,000 BCE, long before Egyptian civilization is supposed to have begun. Here is something rarely discussed. The Great Pyramid never had a permanent capstone. Its apex was left flat. Ancient Egyptian texts speak of a sacred object called the Benben stone, a meteorite fallen from the sky, worshipped at Heliopolis. Some researchers believe the Benben stone was itself the capstone, a piece of the heavens, literally placed atop the pyramid, a bridge between Earth and the sky. In 1993, a robot camera sent up one of the pyramid's air shafts discovered something unexpected. A small stone door with 2 copper handles. A door inside the pyramid that no one knew existed. In 2002, a second robot drilled through it and found another door behind it. Those doors have never been properly opened. What lies beyond them remains unknown. And then there is a question that no one has satisfactorily answered. Why pyramids? The ancient Egyptians built them. So did the Maya in Mexico, the Aztecs, the civilizations of ancient Cambodia, Sudan, and China. Cultures separated by oceans, with no known contact, all independently arriving at the same shape, rising from a broad base to a single apex, pointing skyward. So here is where we stand. We know that the ancient Egyptians built the pyramids. We have their records, their tools, their villages, their names. We know they were ingenious, perhaps more ingenious than we give them credit for. But we do not know everything. The air shaft doors remain sealed. The Sphinx erosion remains unexplained. The worldwide pyramid phenomenon remains a quiet puzzle. And that is perhaps as it should be. Tonight, as you lie here in the quiet, think of the hands that moved those stones, the minds that calculated those angles, the people who looked up at Orion's belt and decided, we will build something to mirror you, something that will last, and it has. Longer than any empire, any king, any dynasty, the pyramids remain, and now, so should you, in rest, in warmth, in the deep quiet of this night. Sleep well.